The delegate from Fauquier, Delegate Webert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Delegate has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, and ladies and gentlemen of the House, yesterday the governor's office made an announcement in regards to a bipartisan bill of which I am grateful to be the patron of. As many of you know, cutting red tape has been an ongoing project of mine, and I'm both humbled and grateful that it is also a priority of yours, Mr. Speaker, and has become much more prominent over the course of the last few years. Our legislation and the ingenuity of your office, Governor Northam and Secretary Lane, have been instrumental in working to create this comprehensive program. I believe House Bill 883 will be the tip of the spear in helping average Virginians engage their entrepreneurial spirit, create businesses, and provide people with the dignity of work. We have seen efforts on both sides of the aisle to begin to reform much of our bureaucracy to create an atmosphere of creativity. Delegates Keem and Freitas in particular, and many others, have brought forth excellent ideas, as well as many other members of this body. House Bill 883 is a comprehensive pilot program that focuses on the Department of Professional and Occupational Licensing and the Department of Criminal Justice Services. The ultimate goal is to reduce regulatory requirements, compliance costs, and regulatory burden by 25% by July of 2021. The responsible secretaries will create a baseline by October this year, and that baseline will be reported to the Department of Budget and Planning and published in the Regulatory Town Hall. The 25% goal will be based on this number. The pilot agencies shall report each year with a 7.5% reduction, and the last year being a 10% reduction to equal 25%. At the end of the pilot period, the Secretary of Finance will report to the Speaker and the Chairman of the Senate Rules this report, and this report will include progress towards the 25% reduction, recommendations for expanding the program to other entities, and any other information that may be helpful to the General Assembly in our efforts. If the 25% reduction is not met, then the Secretary will report the feasibility and effectiveness of possibly implementing a 2-for-1 regulatory budget. Feasible. In addition, this bill also clarifies an executive order that has been in place for at least the last two governors. Agencies will provide to the Department of Budget and Planning a scheduled list of each regulation that shall be reviewed every 4 years and published on the Regulatory Town Hall. Mr. Speaker, this is a huge step forward when it comes to effective governance. It is a comprehensive measure. It is a deliberate measure. And I am proud of the efforts of this body as we advance the common goal of good governance. And so thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I look forward to carrying this legislation forward. Thank you.